Welcome to this episode of Economic Realities, where we go beyond the headlines and dive deep into the numbers, the policies, and the politics shaping our future. Today, we explore the narrative of Yunus Magic, a term gaining traction in Bangladesh media and political circles. Is it really economic turnaround or just another round of strategic storytelling? From record remittances and LDC graduation hopes to looming energy crisis and industrial showdowns. We unpack the complex economic landscape of post-uprising Bangladesh. Stay with us as we analyze what's working, what's not, and what lies ahead for the nation's economy. It seems that a new magical atmosphere has taken over Bangladesh's economy, just as terms like development tide, digital Bangladesh, or smart Bangladesh once adorned the country's economic narrative. Now a new wave of expressions has emerged: Yunus Magic, new arrangement, and reforms. Following the change in government, certain media outlets have begun painting such a vibrant picture that it seems all economic crises have been resolved overnight. But is the reality really that colorful? Since independence, Bangladesh economy has seen many ups and downs. The ready-made garment, RMG sector, remittances, and the NGO movement have played key roles in shaping the nation's progress. These may seem like miracles, but they were achieved not through magic, but through the sweat and sacrifice of workers, especially women, prudent export-centric policies, and the hard labor of migrants. Today, the economy is facing complex and pressing challenges, from banking to capital markets, from investment environments to industrial energy crisis, and external trade. Stress is apparent in every corner. The banking sector's non-performing loan (NPL) rate has surpassed 20%, a dangerous sign by any standard. This rate rose from 13% to over 20% in just 1 year. A starting development, the central bank governor has bravely attempted to present the actual picture of bad loans, but no effective measures have followed yet. The stock market is in a continuous downturn, eroding investor confidence. The DSE index has fallen by 12%, dropping below 5,000 points, indicating severe capital and confidence crisis. Private sector and credit growth is at a stagnant 3%, a clear sign of economic inertia, no matter how much the government's information wing hails brilliant performances. The reality remains unflattering and worrying. On a more positive note, remittance inflows have surged. In March, a record 3.29 billion US dollar came in, and in April, another 2.75 billion US dollar. A major reason behind this increase is the decline of informal money transfer channels like Hundi and the renewed confidence in banking channels. However, a rise in remittances alone cannot heal a struggling economy. Sustainable growth requires balance, production, employment generation, rising wages, and a strong governance. Meanwhile, the RMG sector, Bangladesh's main export engine, is under renewed. On one side looms the possibility of a 37% US tariff. On the other, domestic gas supply disruptions have crippled factories in Dhaka, Sawan, Narayanganj, and Gazipur. Many factories are having to ship orders by air at high cost due to production delays, squeezing already thin profit margins. Despite repeated calls by BGMA and BTMA, no effective action has been taken by the government to ensure uninterrupted gas supply. At the same time, access to credit is tightening, international orders are shrinking, raw materials costs are rising, and salary payments are becoming uncertain. All of this paints a black picture for the future of the garment industry. This sector accounts for 85% of Bangladesh's export. Even if the US temporarily suspends its tariff hike, a future implementation could severely hurt Bangladesh's garment trade. While Dr. Muhammad Yunus diplomatically engaged with Trump through a letter to defer the tariff for 90 days. This is not a long-term solution. Without a strong energy infrastructure and financial resilience, a disaster may be inevitable. However, one area where Bangladesh has performed well is in progressing forward. Graduation from the UN's least developed countries LDC list. The country has met all three criteria and is expected to officially graduate in 2026. Although per capita income is on the rise, the human resource index has slightly declined, particularly in healthcare. This decline is concerning, as sustained investment in human capital is critical for continued progress. Meanwhile, the economy faces pressure from trade deficits, energy shortages, electric gas supplies, and a volatile foreign exchange market. Although the government has made some progress in addressing the dollar crisis, foreign exchange reserves still fall short of IMF benchmarks. While the World Bank expresses concern about GDP growth, Moody's has downgraded the outlook of Bangladesh's banking sector to negative. Perhaps the most alarming signal is the reversal in poverty reduction. Around 3 million people are expected to fall into extreme poverty, with the national poverty rate projected to rise to 23%. This contradicts the prevailing narrative of economic turnaround. In this context, the term Yunus Magic appears to be more of a political and media propaganda tool than an accurate representation of economic realities. While Dr. Yunus is a global figure with a legacy in peace building and poverty alleviation, attaching magical expectation to this administrative role without substantial policy backing is misleading. There is no real magic in economics, only hard work, sound policy, accountability, and consistent implementation. What Bangladesh needs right now is honesty in diagnosis, courage in acknowledging weaknesses, and coordinated action across all sectors. We need realism, not illusions, transparency, not spin. The road ahead for Bangladesh will not be easy, but it is not magic that will steer us through. It is thoughtful policymaking, pragmatic planning, and a human centered economic vision that values the contributions of farmers, workers, and migrants. Acknowledging this truth is the first step toward real recovery. As we wrap up today's episode, one thing becomes clear: there are no shortcuts or magic formula in economic recovery. Behind every real progress story is a foundation of a smart policy, transparent governance, and the tireless efforts of ordinary citizens. Bangladesh stands at a critical crossroads. Whether it can rise above slogans and address the structural challenges depends not on magic, but on honest leadership and bold reforms. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode if you found it insightful. Until next time, stay informed, stay critical.